Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and to the pants swapping and occasionally pants banning Chameleon challenge. We're on level 4, which means we've got 6 maps left, and I've picked a fine and dandy selection of maps for us to work our way through. So let's go and have a look at them. They're mostly new. We've got Colorado, Scale and Paris. We've also got Alerted, Marrakesh, Berlin and Mumbai. The rules of the challenge mean that we need to switch outfit after each target is taken down and before we take the first one down. And we're also banning outfits as we go, just to make sure we're not just using the super easy ones over and over again. I believe it's espionage that we're doing today. Let's go for an epic subby for our prestige. And let's see what we can do on Mumbai to begin things. So we'll grab the usual hardware. We do need a fibre of some sort, so we could bring one along. May as well go for the old classic. And that leaves us 10 inventory slots free, which we're probably not going to need. Doors stay locked, so we don't want the lockpick. We could bring it anyway, just in case things go horribly wrong and it's a case of get through this locked door or get murked. But then am I going to accidentally use it? Maybe. And do you want explosives? Because we don't want... Let's bring a Prox Microtaser. We don't want combat. No, I believe we had 3 targets. I guess we'll say for sure when we get to Mumbai. It's hard to say which outfits we should ban now that we're here, because there's so many different guard outfits that affect different areas. So I think it's a case of checking where our targets are before we decide. Okay, so it's 2 in the train yard. There's 2 outside of Rangan's tower. So let's ban the Queen's Guards outfits, both versions. That seems like a good plan. I always forget where the tailor outfit can be got from. I guess if we just look on our map, we should be able to see that the tailor's outfit is in this place. So those 2 lads
Did you have any luck?
are stopping us from getting in, but we can sneak up here. Except we can't, because that door must stay locked. Yeah, doors stay locked. Could cause us some trouble here. Unless we find another way around. Yeah. What have we got? So we've got folks downstairs. Let's grab some coins.
I'm sure he has his reasons. He told us to say he was out of
Let's
town.
lure up someone from
I'm
downstairs.
sure the guy bought it.
Now, is that the tailor that we've lured? Oh, there's a measuring tape, so maybe we didn't even need our 5-wire. Let's see, we don't want to get spotted by our friend, but we do want him to turn off the box so no one else comes up. And now down he goes. And this is in fact our tailor. Which is just grand. Outfit number 1 has been acquired. Drop the tailor's shop key, but if we go out the door from this side, we haven't had to unlock it. So good, it doesn't count and it doesn't break. Doors stay locked. Now, that door's going to be locked though, isn't it? I would normally come in through there. But doors stay locked really does have a big old impact on your ability to navigate the maps. So we could come in over here, for sure. Camera. That might be fine. We are not trespassing in here. I don't know if that changes if we go into the deeper sections, which we are going to have to do. So one of our targets is a guard up top, and the other is an individual sat at ground level. That's locked. Maybe we pop back out. Now we could just come up this pipe, I guess. Any outfit is going to be hostile up there, though. Except for guards. That's also locked. We're not trespassing.
You need clearance to pass. You don't have it, buddy, so go away.
Oh, is that so we don't have clearance to get through that bit. Okay. We could potentially break open the doors with a train. That would give us clearance to walk in this bit, at least, I feel. Cause a bit of chaos in the process, but it wouldn't cause combat, I don't think. Yeah, maybe we'll give this a go, and for science we can see if it causes combat. It's certainly going to kill a bunch of non-targets, but that's on them for existing in the same map as 47. Here comes the train. There goes the train. Non-target killed. Yeah. Certainly some collateral damage there. But we've opened the door, and that's the main thing.
We have to find that Johnny. You got it. It's me, right there. Based on what I just saw,
It appears that none of our
have an attacker on the
victims there were anyone that's important, so we'll just stroll in. No. We are trespassing.
That asshole is around here somewhere. Find him. Gotcha, gotcha.
We can open that door from that side, but we don't necessarily need to.
Negative command. Got nothing so
We're
far.
still trespassing. When do we stop trespassing in this bit? It could just be that we're trespassing because everyone's panicking and whatnot. Either way, where's our measuring tape? Good. Now you sit up here, my friend, and we will take your pants. Yeah, bodies have been found. That's inevitable. Now, are we allowed in here? We are. Good. We should be pretty much having free roam of this area at this point. Yeah, we've got free reign now, I think. Aside from like the security hut and whatnot. They can probably see us if we pull out a gun. Yeah. Will this cause combat? Will the bullet impact excite them too much?
Something's going down over here. I'll be in touch.
Seems not.
You made
That's
it
good.
out alive.
I was getting ready to dispose of another dead body.
So now how are we going to deal with our upstairs friend? There's certainly ways of getting upstairs, but I don't want to cause combat to happen. If we're very stealthy, combat won't happen. Or I guess, if we're only caught trespassing, combat won't happen. But this might just be straight up hostile. That guy looks rather hostile. Turn around, friend. Or maybe even Bani Shah's servants are just allowed to roam about up here. That I wasn't expecting.
What on earth?
We've got a guy down there who could potentially annoy us.
What's this?
Where are they going? Are they both just standing about there? I feel like pushing this guy is wise, but not whilst another enforcer is coming. Because accidents won't cause combat, you see. That's my thinking here. But I guess if he comes far enough up here, we could just SMG him in the head. Or if the other guards roam far enough away, we could SMG him and then drag him around. Yeah, the other two aren't really watching this guy. And he's now also moving further up where the other two weren't paying much attention. Crime noticed. Okay.
Will someone help me?
Curses. I saw the yellow lighting up as though someone was alerted. And yet I did it anyway.
It's me. You there? You got a troublemaker to deal with.
You have to get out of here,
Well-
and I'd keep my head down if I were you.
Right.
There goes no combat. There goes some stupid guards looking upstairs for me. Idiots.
Negative, Command.
Nothing
Got
here.
nothing so far.
Son of a bitch.
Now that guy's going back. So we can sneak in here and make our exit. We kind of got away with that, mostly. So now what? We'd be trespassing if we entered the laundry, but we've done that, so deal with it, everyone.
Do you know what we should do with the
Now,
patient, Mr.
up here we might find
Don't
a
want to make
dancer's
a mistake.
outfit.
I don't think we'll have more luck with this new foreman.
No,
Shah wants to meet
not on
him
this
to give him a
version.
talk, but he hasn't even
Or
left his office
not
yet.
here because this is an alerted map and some of the easier disguises just aren't hanging around. Oh no, there it is. Or because I'm just looking in the wrong place because I'm a big stupid. That's an option. But there we go. Outfit number 3 is on. Was there a safe on this map? Oh geez, there is a safe. And it's back in Vanya Shah's place. Because that's another rule, you see. Is we have to change outfits before we can get the safe. So the fact that I've left it behind is a bit of a pain. I thought we could climb up here. There we go. But not to worry, we will deal with that in a moment. There's going to be other outfits perhaps that let us in there without too much trouble. And if there aren't, then we'll use stealth. Now, targets 3 and 4. One of them is just out in the open over there. Now that no combat has gone,
Hey, turn around. You
Oh.
can be here. Good.
solutions of grandeur, I guess. I was going to go up top and snipe them, but that might not be an option now. Where are you going, friend? You're standing by that car, but are you going to stay by it for long? No. But you do stand by that car, which means we could vandalise it.
God, I hate that sound.
Yeah, she's coming back to investigate the sound she heard.
Fucking my happy.
So if we could blow it up right now. Then that's just a tragic accident. Sweet. Now, there's an angry man with a gun over there, so maybe we want to go and get our next outfit before
Come on.
we
I have nothing to report from my current
continue
location.
to advance.
Over.
Now, got a couple of food vendors. And not many other people. It's all very quiet. And there's a building we can enter. What's this going to do for us, if anything? Got another outfit in it. Metal worker. Ah, and then we can pop down there to get deeper into the slums. So that's the other way into this room. I've visited this room in the past, but not through that door. But there's our next outfit covered. Now, friend over here is local security. That's good. That's good, because we bought micro taser, didn't we?
No.
You should pick that up, my man.
I think you dropped something there.
You gonna pick it up?
No one notices me. I feel like I really stick out.
No. Can I get close to it? That's the other question. I guess I should have been more subtle with the dropping. I should have just placed it. Because the plan was, get him to pick it up, he would get shocked, and he would die. But now I'm not so sure that's going to happen. You might still get knocked out by it. Or you might not. You might just walk over it. That's no help to anyone. But if he can walk over it, surely that means I can walk over it. Okay. I can stand practically on top of it, but I don't have the option to pick it up. How much of a coin lands near it? That's not close enough.
You go.
Yeah,
Whee.
yeah. What was that noise?
Okay, so the coin bounced away. Very well.
Where the hell am I? I got shit.
There we go, we put a coin right underneath it.
And we're good to go.
That's also done nothing for us. This micro taser has just been a bust. We've got one coin left though. Oh, is that the artist? Interesting. Now, this wouldn't be a very subtle place to ice my man from. So maybe we go somewhere else. He does walk down there. So he goes quite a way down. I'm not leaving the mission, my friends. I'm staying in it.
Sir, I'm afraid you don't have the right clearance. Sorry.
So I can't climb up that bit because I don't have the clearance. I'm thinking it might be worth trying to sneak into the chalk and see if the Kashmirian's rifle is present on this version. Right, so I'm definitely trespassing up here. No guards about. You're well aware that I'm trespassing. I can't change outfit. Can I get higher? I don't know if it's possible to climb up higher in the chore without just going into the middle bit and using the stairs. There's certainly options to get back down to ground level. And there's places I can sneak in through doors and whatnot. That pipe there looks promising. Can we get to it? Yeah, what if we come around here and then hop off? Can we do that? No, it seems like we can't, which is unfortunate. Lol.
There's been a terrible accident.
Yeah, accident. Yeah. We'll certainly sneak up this stair now. Right, there's a real bodyguard hanging around outside the entrance to the Kashmirian's bit. But from here on the higher floor, we can now shuffle along and get to that pipe. But I do think we're going to find that there is no sniper rifle up here. So what was the point in that? I mean, we might still be able to snipe. There's our man. Cool, yeah, we were still able to snipe, good. I'd have preferred another solution because that will probably lead to further combat. And even though Even though no combat's already broken, I don't want to break it even more. But them's the breaks, I guess. Now, where were those food vendors? Because they would allow us an outfit that lets us get into Vanya's place. There isn't one that roams around here. We could potentially get a crow outfit, I guess. It'd just be nice to carry on using non-guard outfits if we can. But I think we've exploited all of the non-guard outfits that let us into Vanya's place. So whatever we take, there's going to be some trespassing involved, I think. I guess we could head up here and perhaps make our way to the barber. Because his place can be accessed from the rooftop somewhere. Right, that's the tailor's place again. So barber is here. Right, little chat between Barvin and his wife. Is she going to now bugger off downstairs like she does on Chasing a Ghost, or is she just going to continue to watch him? Yep, there she goes. Good. Oh, she might have heard that.
No! I need
Yeah.
help here!
Okie doke. That's fine. They can both just live on the floor there. And now we are a humble barber on our way to one last job. So it's going to be trespass all the way. And doors must continue to stay locked. But we've opened this door, which is nice. This helps us in. Because the safe is just in this carriage. So, there's some files. I'm guessing they're all going to just be in the carriage.
Oh my god, are they okay? Why would you do that?
Bonk. Yep, you saw nothing. Now, I feel like someone out there may have seen something. People are getting excited.
Or blowing up or something.
Folks are certainly saying things like, what on earth? Which is probably standard behaviour if you are seeing people getting bashed about the head.
I understand.
Now, I don't see a third clue in here though, so we might have to venture out into this bit. Okay, maybe that guy's just excited because the door has been busted open and he's not sure what to make of it. So maybe I'm not in immediate danger in here. Might be worth taking out anyone that roams this area so I can have a proper look, but looks like turning on the generator is not... Well, turning off the generator has not done much for anyone. So let's just do another quick sweep of the room. Where's the nearest propane going to be?
What on earth?
Maybe this is a propane job. There ought to be a propane near the scrapyard, because there usually is. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, heck with the third clue. We're doing it loud. Those guards are just like, fella with a propane tank just went past. Interesting. And then in a couple of minutes they're going to be like, wow, what could that explosion have been? Can we throw it on top of the safe? That should allow us to see it comfortably from over here, without being too close. And now, investigation is going to occur. But it wasn't us, because we're over here. Now everyone's going back to business. Also, this servant now appears to have been shaken out of his stupor. He's no longer just constantly exclaiming at the door. He's going back into the train yard. He's coming down the stairs. Wasn't expecting that. Well, he can have a nap. He's exerted himself enough for one day. We can finally grab our loot and slip away. and go and see our dear friend Supplier. Still got a fair few items to collect. And we've got a silver baller. I mean, Leviathan though. Yeah, we'll get Leviathan.
Don't hesitate to come back.
We've already got legendary pistols, but Leviathan is always useful. And off we go. I do love Mumbai, even if I did make a couple of mistakes that cost us no combat. It's still a good level. Marrakesh is also a good level, but so is Berlin. Now, Unsilenced Epic. So if either of these have got no combat, that's probably not ideal. Berlin does have Unsilenced Pistol Kill. It's got Suit Only, which is going out the window because of the nature of the challenge, and it's got Fiberwire Kill. So yeah, Berlin, Unsilenced Pistol Kill, Epic. We're not going to allow the biker outfit. We are going to bring a Fiberwire. And we're going to bring our old friend El Matador, as well as the Silence one. And then the usual. Do we bring a duck? Probably couldn't hurt. Could also bring another micro taser, so I can have more practice at doing what I'm supposed to do with it. And let's roll. We're at the bar. That's cool. 3 coin to start with. And our targets are all up and about. 3 of them are on the level above us. And 1 of them is outside. And then the safe is in the biker place. So we need a whole lot of outfits. Now, this could be an outfit. Hello, friend. I wish to get off my mash on ecstasy pipes. Ah, nice secluded location for our dealings. It's not drugs that I wish to purchase, actually, my friend. It is your pants. And also, I'm not purchasing them. I'm just taking them. Now, upper floor we go. There's going to be some trespassing involved, because I'm pretty sure we're not allowed. Oh no, it's this version of the map, isn't it? So it's the drop. So this section of the map is just a public sort of spot that anyone can roam in. So she's a target and she's having a drink right now. What would happen if we put our bag of medicine pills that we've just picked up in her drink? We can't. It doesn't count as a poison. Okay. So, these 2 targets are just roaming around about. We could potentially nudge that guy. But that's not subtle. We've got a security guard there. This is going to be tricky. Or at least it's going to be tricky to be subtle. Maybe I shoot people from below, and that gives me more time to escape. Or maybe we come across here and sneak into this bit that we're not allowed in. That gives us clean shots on many of our targets. So perhaps El Matador comes into play. And then we hop in a box. Now, a whole bunch of people are coming over. They do include our target. So if he's the last one to leave, then potentially we get our Fiberwire kill here as well. Oh no, we can't. We haven't changed disguise. Never mind. That would have been a fun combo to pull off. Oh well. Let's go this way. Now, what can we do from in here? You're an outfit. Okay, you're not an outfit. I guess you are one of the female bar staff. That's a shame. We can leave you on the floor there though. No one's going to see you, are they? Now, what best to do here? We do have a coin. Okay, so she's going over to see that. How are people noticing that through what they? But they're seeing through the wall. That's bullshit. Okay, this disguise is now incredibly compromised. But that's bullshit right there. Ah well, new outfit. Club security it is. A tragic accident for our man. Does our guard walk under? There, no he doesn't. Who's paying attention to us over here? Probably someone. Right? I mean, there's a bunch of fake NPCs about, they don't count. But would they still get excited if we shot a seeker off at someone? Maybe. No, who's that guy who's bagging and tagging? Is that... That might be the Drops security guard. Interesting. Where's he taking the bod? Alright, so I guess he's dragging it past the biker and out there somewhere. We've acquired a screwdriver. Even 47's arm isn't good enough to throw it that far. That's a shame. But maybe we go for the Seeker shot. See how fake NPCs react to Seekers. Cool. I'm pretty sure that guy would have seen that. And yet... Yeah, now they're panicking. Slightly. But he didn't kick up a fuss. And now she's off to have a vom. And I think I know where she's going, because it's where we were a minute ago. Yeah, nice secluded spot. Perfect for a vom. And there's Firewire taken care of. So that just sees our security guard. And of course, another outfit. What happens if we throw a coin in here, away from the probing eyes of the public? Someone hears it for sure. But they are just a clubber. You are no good to us, my man. Now, are all of these bar staff female? I'm sure there's got to be male one amongst them. It's entirely possible though. She's the one that we choked out and left over here. And yeah, she was woken up by someone. Well, it's not going to happen now she's in a box. And no one else seems to want to hear that, so... Yeah, it's constantly women. I don't need women. I'm not allowed to take off your pants. Guess we could become that tech crew person. Did you hear that? No, apparently not. But you'll notice this. So this should get the job done. His friend is just roaming about, I think. She probably won't notice if we drag him over here. And put him in a box. Good. It's good to be tidy. I mean, I suppose we could do the same again. What happens if we short circuit this thing? Anything in particular? Or is that only for a kill opportunity that Oh, we can turn on the high voltage power outlet. That's going to do something, right? One would hope. I'm kind of worried though, I don't want to accidentally electrocute myself. But these folks seem to be okay. Create water leak. Is that just going to trigger that? I'm kind of concerned about what I've done. So I'm going to turn off the power outlet. Maybe I'm going to get rid of her as well. We don't want collateral damage here. Now, if we expose that wire, and then we create a water leak, and then we lure our man over. I don't know, we've lured someone else maybe? Why have you come over? What's this got to do with you? I mean, I guess we could make start a death puddle, and then our guard will come over soon enough. There we go, that should be our guard down. Yeah. We could just keep this death puddle going for a while, but we've got no reason to. I mean, that never stops me on Marrakesh. But it's more a case of we've got other business that needs to be attended to. So let's go and attend to that other business. Also, I'm getting kind of sick of hearing that club music, which I've almost certainly turned down the U-Lot so that it can be replaced with the much cooler music from Streets of Rogue. So, let's see. We need a new outfit. We're allowed to lockpick on this level. And there should be a guy over here with pants that we can take. Yep. Oh, I forgot I had the Prox Micro Taser again, so I could just use that to take down one man. Now, you come in here and have a look at this coin. And we're club crew. Good. So let's make our way around to target number 4. They're over this wall. They are just a clubber by the look of it. And they should be fairly straightforward to take down because this is a secluded little spot. So maybe we'll give them the old screwdriver.
Come on, give me a...
Give you a screwdriver? Sure. And that just leaves the safe.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm back there.
And a handy pizza dude.
Just...
So you get in that box. Pizza dude is on the scene. There are cameras. This is hostile, there are cameras. We should probably take them out on the way up the stairs if we can. Is there one up there? No. Okay, good. So cameras aren't a problem. Because they're done. The safe is in the grow house area. So I think going up another floor and then coming back down elsewhere is probably the safest bet. And although we cannot wear bike pants, we can certainly kill any that we see to make our life easier. Like so. Is this a good flight of stairs for us? There's like one guy down there. Now we're in the grow house sort of space. Where there are, what, a couple more guys? 3 more guys? 2 more in this immediate section, we'll have a look. And a couple more that stand out there somewhere. It's kind of hard to see. So I think taking out these 2 lads should be enough. Don't think I've ever done a safe in here before. So let's try the old corner strangle.
Find out what that was.
Roger that.
And then you... How did you hear that crunch? I mean, you're making my life easier by coming to investigate. But I'm pretty sure you shouldn't have heard that crunch. Okay, that was nice and easy. All 3 clues are just in the grow house in nice, sensible spots. And there's our loot. You probably haven't got enough cash to worry about going to the supplier, but we should probably go and see anyway, just to be on the safe side. They're not in a difficult spot for us to reach. So it would be silly not to just bob in and say hello. Alright, and there we go. We've got an ice axe we could buy. So
Just drop by if you need anything else.
we were actually able to knock another item off the list. Now it's time to hop on our little moped and be away down the street. Fairly smooth sailing all round. Now perhaps it's time to round off with a non-alerted map. Where are we going for our showdown? I haven't done a scale showdown in a while, but I think we've been to Paris as part of this challenge already. So I'd rather go to scale as a normal mission to show off its outfits and such. Same for Colorado. Have we been to Colorado already? I would have probably banned Point Guard outfit, I guess. We could save it for showdown, but I've done a showdown on Colorado recently as well. Let's worry about that next time. Let's go to scale. 3 targets. Fiber wire, don't pacify. And take no damage. So there's going to be a lot of collateral damage going on here. Silence pistol, epic, is fine. We'll bring one of those along. Black Lily. Why not? We'll bring our fiber as well. And then we'll bring some of the usual stuff, but not the wrench, because we're not pacifying people. Bring the screwdriver. We could bring an explosive, but there is a chance that the explosive would knock out someone who's not quite in the blast radius. So we're not going to bring one. Here we are on the roof, which we like. So, Elite Guard. I think it goes without saying that Elite Guard is the outfit we're not allowed to use, because it's just so strong. We can still kill Elite Guards. We just can't take their clothes. Now, our targets. We've got one who is down quite a way down in the lower courtyard. Got one who's out on the docks. And we've got Marco, who is just... where is he? Hanging around by the helipad, yeah. So, what do we do about them? I mean, step 1 is we get off this rooftop because we're not allowed the pants. Yeah, we're allowed raider pants though. How might we go about getting some? We could do that. That gets everyone's attention. Someone's going to bob up and have a look. Hello, friend. And nobody noticed. Good. Thank you for the tower key. And your pantaloons. We have outfit number 1, so let's go find target number 1, which is probably the helipad. That would make sense. Because raiders are allowed out there, no trouble. So we'll climb up here. And then pop out here next to the old oak. And then it shouldn't be too hard for us to get to helipad from
Sophia Washington wants them to pass some kind of motion.
here, because we could go into the building, but we could also just go around the building. See if we can get away with that. Yeah, we can. Good. Can almost see our target from up here, but alas, we'll drop down. We'll keep going. Yeah, actually, maybe we can see our target from here. We could shoot them without setting foot on the ground. Yes. Good luck getting to me now, gang. I mean, I've got no reason to just hang around out here. But the fact that they just cannot reach this spot means it's a funny place for us to be, I feel. Although maybe they're going to do what they would do on Colorado at the water tower, and they're all just going to surround this spot and point their guns and just not chill out. Yeah, they're certainly suspicious. You could potentially take out a couple of guys in there, but no, we can't. Maybe if we went round we could. We'd be able to shoot him through the window. But then, if someone appears over there at that archway, they might have a shot on us. And we don't want that. So we'll just chill. Okay, I think everyone's going back to normal. Yeah, certainly allowed to stand in here without too much bother. So, where do we go for outfit 2? We would lose 50 mercers if we killed this guy and became a custodian. But maybe that's fine? Okay, you're not him. Maybe we lose 100 mercers. Right, you've got no one else to send now, you lazy bum. Get round here.
Hey, somebody try to...
Murder you? That's right. And you go out the window as well, because we don't want a commotion. So, guard at the docks feels like they could potentially be the last target, just because that would kind of make sense, because then you'd leave the level. But at the same time, it would cause a commotion, and that might cause us some bother if we're leaving the level at that point. So maybe guard at the docks is next. And then we'll come back for lower courtyard. Right, we are allowed out here, aren't we, as custodian? Good. So nobody around here would notice very much if we just... I mean, that was just for funsies, but no one here cares that much if we run around.
Jeez.
And there's our man. He isn't, in fact, one of the two that patrol further down, as I thought he was. Where would he go if he was seekered? It's a long way to anywhere quiet where he could do a vom, so it's probably not worth worrying about. Now let's go find an outfit for target 3. Oh, there is also a safe on this level, so again we've got the safe to worry about. Do we worry about the safe first? So our target smokes underneath that cage, so that's pretty much a kill. Maybe we pop in and we get the staff outfit. Oh, it's the entertainer outfit in here. The staff outfit's elsewhere. So this outfit's fun because of the blindfold. Are we allowed through there?
I'm really sorry, sir.
No.
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to let you pass.
So where can one go as the entertainer? Not many places of interest, I would think.
Sir, I'm afraid you don't have the right clearance.
Yeah, we are not cleared to go basically anywhere.
The annual Phoenix.
But we can at least climb up a pipe and get somewhere we're not supposed to be. And then we can take out a camera for sure. Now, someone's coming down from upstairs to inquire about that shot. Or if they've given up already. Maybe they have. Because this wouldn't necessarily be a terrible place to shoot our mount. It's back under there. Oh, piss, I forgot about Firewire kill. What a dumbass. And we're kind of hunted now. Yeah, a few people kind of noticed what we did. Whee. So, how are we going to deal with all this and get our safe? Where is the safe? It's in the cellar, so a regular guard outfit would do the job. Now, should I have dangled off this edge? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think that dangle helps us, but there's stairs just over here, which will. I can't believe I just forgot about Firewire kill. That's really stupid.
Okay, continuing third.
It's not like me to just forget about a challenge like that. But here we are. This is the world in which we live today. Now, the safe is out here. There are a few enforcers about. It's near the kitchen, so potentially we could just propane it or fire extinguish it. But then there is always the risk of explosions knocking people out. We've already botched one part of the challenge on the scale, so we don't want to risk that. We also don't want those two people seeing what we're up to. Whee! Yes, you all look over there at that coconut.
Central, we got some kind of job doing all kinds of crap. Hold on.
And we got away with it. Good. Now, supplies back near the patrons' lounge, which we popped into earlier, so I guess we should pop into there again. Or do we need to? We've barely got 10,000. I think this time we can just say no to the supplier and head on home. So no perfects today. Quite lengthy missions as well. It seems like Chameleon, particularly on the higher levels, really adds to your average mission time. But I've had fun today regardless. We'll try and get back on the perfect train next time, and hopefully you will be there to see it. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.